and beautiful village of Usani, there lived a hardworking and beautiful girl named Ada. Ada was the first daughter of her parents and the oldest of 6 siblings. Ada's parents were farmers, but they stopped farming because of a mysterious illness. When Ada was only 10 years old, her father and mother woke up with swollen legs on the same day. At first, when Ada's parents woke up with slightly swollen legs, Ada thought they were reacting to something. She believed their legs would go back to their normal size after they drank some herbs. But she was wrong. Instead of getting better, her parents' legs got bigger until they could no longer walk or move without assistance. As a result, they could no longer walk on their farmlands. From a very young age, Ada began to take care of her parents and younger siblings. Whenever it was planting season, Ada would take her younger siblings to the farm and they would all work together. Whenever it was harvest season too, the siblings would team up and harvest the crops together. But the problem was that Ada's siblings were not always available. Most of the time, they were always in school, leaving Ada to do all of the work by herself. On the days Ada wasn't weeding or tending to her parents' farm, she would help the villagers run some errands for a fee. With the little money she earned, Ada would take care of her family and provide whatever her siblings needed for school. Because Ada was always working, she didn't even have the time to spend with her peers, and she didn't have the money to afford their lifestyle either.
Look at her! She has been wearing the same shoes for years now.
One of the rich village girls mocked Ada. That day, Ada was on her way to the market when she saw a group of girls standing by a tree. Even before Ada walked close to the girls, she suspected that they were talking about her because of how they were all looking at her, and this made her uncomfortable.
Where do you expect her to get the money for shoes when she cannot even change her faded gown of many colors?
Another girl said, and they all burst into laughter. It wasn't like the girls were gossiping or speaking in hushed tones. They spoke loudly because they wanted Ada to hear them, and she did. To avoid getting into a fight, Ada pretended she did not hear the girls and ignored them.
Are you going to pretend like you didn't hear us, eh? Look at her. She walks like a penguin.
One of the girls mocked Ada, but Ada did not let their mean words get to her. Later that evening when Ada got home, she cried secretly because she didn't want her parents to see that she was sad. Even though Ada tried to act tough on the outside, she was always hurt when people mocked her or treated her badly.
God, why are you so far away from us? What did my parents do to deserve such punishment?
Ada soliloquized. Every time Ada looked at her parents' swollen legs, she would cry and beg God to heal them. But after praying for many years and nothing had changed, Ada stopped praying because she believed God had turned his back on them. For many years, Ada continued to take care of her parents and siblings, and she continued to work hard. One day, after a long day of working at her parents' farmland, Ada returned home to make dinner for her parents. But unfortunately, they were out of firewood.
Ebube, I need you to go to the forest and get me firewood.
Ada called her immediate younger sister, but her sister made excuses.
Sister, please can you send Amara to do it? I have a serious test tomorrow and I have to prepare for it.
Ebube, Ada's sister, said.
Okay, call Amara for me,
Ada said. Among Ada's younger sisters, Amara was the laziest, and everyone knew this. Most times, she deliberately made up excuses so that she wouldn't do any chores in the house.
Sister, I have called Amara, but she has refused to come. She is lying about her stomach again,
Ebube said.
Did you tell her that I need firewood to make food for Mama and Papa?
Ada said.
Yes, I did,
Ebube said.
Don't worry. Go and prepare for your test. I know how to deal with her,
Ada said. Ada already knew that Amara's chances of getting firewood for her were slim. So she left what she was doing and went to the forest by herself. Shortly after Amara reached the forest, she spotted an old woman who was struggling to carry a heavy bunch of firewood.
Ah, Mama, are you sure you can carry this heavy firewood?
Ada asked in a concerned voice.
It's not like I have a choice. I just need help carrying it,
the old woman said.
No, Mama. I cannot let you carry all this firewood by yourself. It's too heavy for you. Where do you live? I want to help you carry it to your house,
Ada said. Without even waiting for the old woman to respond, Ada put the bunch of firewood on her head.
I live close to the market,
the old woman said.
But it's very far from here. I would not like you to walk all that distance just because of me,
the old woman added.
Don't worry, Mama. I am stronger than you think.
Ada smiled.
What is your name, my daughter? I would love to know your name,
the old woman said.
I'm Ada, daughter of Chidi, the farmer.
Ada introduced herself.
Hey, thank you, Ada. I do not take your kindness for granted,
the old woman said. While Ada and the old woman were walking toward the old woman's house, which was also in the market area, Ada saw the same group of girls that constantly bullied her.
Look at her. She must be so broke that she's now carrying firewood for money,
one of the girls mocked Ada.
Why would she carry firewood for people? That is what paupers like her do to survive. And besides, she still needs money to change those ugly shoes.
Another girl said. When the girls were mocking Ada, the old woman noticed that Ada's facial expression had changed and she had increased her pace.
What is wrong? Were those girls referring to you?
The old woman asked, and Ada nodded.
Do not mind them. They are just jealous of what you have,
the old woman said.
You have a heart of gold, Ada, and that is what they do not have,
the woman added. A few minutes after Ada passed the girls, they arrived at the old woman's compound. It was a small compound, but it was very unkempt. By just entering the compound, Ada could tell that no one had swept it in a while. The weeds were also overgrown and needed clearing.
Mama, do not tell me this is where you live,
Ada said.
How can you stay in such an untidy place?
Ada added.
My daughter, you know that I am old and I cannot clean like young people anymore. Once in a while, my grandson comes to help me, but I haven't seen him in a long time,
the old woman said.
Don't worry, Mama. I am here now and I will help you clear the grasses and sweep the compound,
Ada said. Immediately after Ada said that, she dropped the firewood on the woman's veranda and grabbed a cutlass and a broom that were also on the woman's veranda. Since the sun was almost setting, Ada hurried up and cleared the grass, then swept the compound. As if that was not enough, Ada also cleaned inside the old woman's house and helped wash the dirty dishes the old woman had piled up.
Let me hurry back to the forest, Mama. I need to get some firewood so I can cook for my parents. It's almost their dinner time,
Ada said to the old woman.
Hey, I don't even know what to say. You are a very kind girl, and you will soon get the reward for your kindness towards me,
the old woman said.
As for the firewood, you can take some of mine. I know that it will be late before you reach the forest,
the old woman added.
No, Mama. I can't take yours. Do not worry about me. I will walk fast to the forest,
Ada said.
No, I insist. Please, take some of mine. It's not safe for a girl like you to go to the forest at this time,
the old woman said.
Thank you, Mama. Please take care of yourself. Whenever I'm free, I will come and visit you,
Ada said, and then she took some of the old woman's firewood and left. That night, Ada had to make food a bit late for her parents, but they didn't mind. Ada explained to them that she had to help an old woman carry firewood to her house, and her parents praised her for being so kind. The following morning, Ada woke up as early as usual. She did her own share of the house chores, made breakfast for everyone, and left for the farm. Since it was almost planting season, Ada had to till some parts of the soil. When Ada went to the farm that morning, she had no idea that she was about to discover something that would change her life and that of her family forever. About an hour into tilling the farmland, Ada noticed something shiny in the soil. At first, she thought a plate was stuck in the soil and she continued to dig. But when she spotted another shiny thing, she was forced to stop and dig with her hands.
Oh my God! This is gold!
Ada exclaimed in shock while holding the gold bar. Without wasting time, she continued to dig with her hands, and surprisingly, she found more gold bars in that spot.
Ebube, come and see what I found!
Ada called her sister Ebube, who was far away from her.
Oh my God! Sister, is that gold?
Ebube screamed excitedly.
Please don't scream. We do not want people to hear,
Ada said as she covered her sister's mouth.
Where did you find them?
Ebube asked, and Ada pointed to the spot where she found them.
You found the 3 gold bars there?
Ebube asked.
Yes, I did.
Ada smiled.
Do you think there is more?
Ebube asked.
I don't know. Maybe we should keep digging,
Ada said. Immediately Ada said that, Ebube picked a shovel and began to dig slowly. Luckily for them, they found more gold bars. In fact, by the time Ebube and Ada were done digging that spot, they found enough gold bars that filled a basket. To conceal what they had found, Ada and Ebube covered the basket with large plantain leaves and carefully carried it back home. When Ada and Ebube returned home, and Ada narrated how she found the gold bars, her parents were shocked.
Hey, Ada, are you sure you found the gold on our farmland? We have tilled that ground many times, and we have never seen something like this,
Ada's father said.
Papa, I found this gold on our farm, and it belongs to us. Please, let's sell some of it and make some money,
Ada said.
All right, take 1 gold bar to the goldsmith tomorrow and sell it to him. I'm sure we can get money to feed us for some days,
Ada's father said. The following morning, as soon as Ada woke up, she took 1 gold bar to the goldsmith. When the goldsmith paid her, Ada was in disbelief. The money she received was far more than what she had expected. In fact, the money was enough to sustain Ada and her family for many years, even without doing any work. With the money, Ada bought a big, beautiful house for her parents and also bought new clothes and shoes for everyone, including herself. In the twinkling of an eye, Ada's life changed, and she was no longer the poor girl who did demeaning jobs just to feed her family. About a week after Ada found the gold bars on her parents' farm, she had a dream. In that dream, she saw the old woman she had helped, and the woman said to her, "I hope you liked your gift. That's the reward of your kindness." Although Ada didn't understand the dream, seeing the woman in her dream reminded her to visit the old woman, but then something shocking happened. When Ada went to visit the old woman the next day, the woman and her compound were nowhere to be found. It was almost like the woman's compound had disappeared into thin air. Ada did not know that she had seen and helped a spirit. Because of her kindness, the woman left some gold bars in Ada's farmland to compensate Ada for helping her. Until her old age, Ada and her family never lacked anything again, and they all lived happily ever after. The end. Did you enjoy this story? Tell us your favorite part in the comment section below. Please like, share and subscribe to our channel. Also, do not forget to follow our channel on Facebook and Instagram. Thank you.